everybody, and welcome to our weekly podcast, Sit and Knit for a Bit with Arne and Carlos. And we are, as always, your hosts,
Arne and Carlos.
And this podcast is actually not about knitting at all. It's about anything and everything. But we are, as a matter of fact, knitting designers. You know, we've had quite a lot of
Maybe
subscribers.
Maybe you should tell people what we are, like in case like somebody just came by and they haven't seen us.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to say. We've got like over 100,000 subscribers now, maybe up to 103,000 last time I checked. Mm-hmm. So yeah, in case you're new and you've just by accident subscribed or you're watching this channel for the first time, let us tell you quickly who we are. So this is Arne.
Hello.
From Norway.
Yeah.
And I'm Carlos from Sweden.
Half Spanish.
Half Spanish, half Swedish.
I'm actually Brazilian.
Yeah, I was born in Brazil,
yeah,
but I'm half Swedish, half Spanish, and we live in Norway in an old train station that we have redesigned and recreated and remade into a studio. Yeah, we're YouTubers. We've got our YouTube channel with episodes every Sunday, tutorials, and then we do the Sit and Knit for a Bit podcast. In addition to that, we work as designers. We came from the fashion industry, wrote a few books 10 years ago. 10 books. Our biggest hit was 55 Christmas Balls to Knit. Our books are today translated into 15 languages. And currently we are in the stall of designers at Rowan. So we work as designers for Rowan alongside other designers such as Kay Fassett, Martin Story, Lisa Richardson, Erica Knight, Georgia Farrow, and Dee Hardwick, and Arne and me. So it's a very amazing group of fantastic designers that complement each other pretty well. We're all very different. And it is great working there.
Yeah.
And then we do these podcasts twice a week. First the tutorials on Sundays and then the Sit and Knit for a Bit.
Yeah, and we have 2 dogs. That's why I'm a little bit confused right now because both of them are in the greenhouse because we are in the greenhouse today. So we have a small poodle, Freya, and she's ours, and then we have a big poodle which has been on holiday for 2 months.
Yeah, he's now a long-term guest. He's been here 7 weeks.
It feels like it's more hours now. I don't think we can leave him.
I'm very attached to him. You are extremely attached to him. I love Helmer. I wish he would stay here forever, but at the moment we don't know. He's a long-term guest, but he's lovely. They're both around, and you may hear them in the podcast at some point.
So if the camera falls down, it's because Helmer is coming.
Yeah, Helmer is a big poodle, and he's got this tail that just,
he's the size of a calf.
Yeah, calf. And
calf.
Freya is tiny. Freya's here. Hello, Freya.
Come.
She's a tiny little dog, but she's the feisty one here. So she's the one that barks at moose all the time. And she gets along with Helmer very well unless it's feeding time. Yeah. And then she is the boss. She calls all the shots.
But she's always the boss.
She's always the boss.
She's an old lady now.
Yeah.
8 years.
Yeah. You better put her down before she growls at him.
Helmer's coming.
Whoops. There you go.
And this is Helmer.
Yeah. So and Helmer is here. No growling.
Yeah. And he's a big guy.
Yeah, our house guest. Yeah. Anyway, previously in our life, for those that have been following the podcast, we're in the middle of hunting season, and the hunters are actually not here anymore, thankfully. They do tend to come in the weekends now. A couple of weeks ago, they were here because of autumn vacation, school holidays, so everybody was here. Nowadays, it's a little bit more quiet, so we can go out now, and we feel relatively safe here. I hope the moose are safe though. I don't really like.
But you were walking Helmer a few days ago. You told me because I didn't walk with because we also just finished the new collection for Rowan. So I was in the house working, and you are like on sick leave. So you were walking Helmer in the woods. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now you can let the dog free. So
actually, you know what? You are really Freya. You're in denial right now. I mean, you're lying to the people in this podcast saying that you were designing a Rowan collection while I was walking the dogs.
No.
When in fact, I was walking the dogs and you were shopping for more things that we don't need. Because you have a black belt in shopping, you say that all the time.
Oh, sorry, I mix up things.
Yeah,
because we did finish the collection. Because I feel I've been like in front of the computer for weeks now.
Yeah.
And you've been like downstairs making your garter, or what you call it, like. And
you're changing the subject
okay,
again.
I changed too quick now. People can't follow.
So Arne,
Start over again.
Yeah,
the dog you were walking.
No. Start over again. You're a hoarder. You say that you have black belt in shopping, but as a matter of fact, you are a hoarder. You went shopping on Saturday against my will. I didn't want to go because it's, we don't need anything right now. We're here in exile in our garden. So Arne goes shopping for how many suitcases did you buy?
4.
4 suitcases that we don't need?
No, 5.
Yeah, so 5 suitcases that we don't need because we're traveling.
But we need them because you don't know what I'm using the suitcases for. And I'm not going to tell you because I'm not letting you in the studio because I'm doing something very beautiful with the suitcases right now. And when I finished, when I have enough suitcases, I will show you. Because this idea, this thing I'm working on it's so cool.
Anyway. Hoarding runs in Arne's family. I have to say his mother was notorious in Lillehammer. Everybody knew her because she really had a black belt in shopping. Just a quick anecdote before we start talking about previously in our lives. So one Christmas, everybody in the whole family got a thermal blanket. I think your mother must have bought over 20 of them. And
because they were nice.
They were very nice. I'm not saying they weren't, but it was so funny because she was a notorious shopper. Everybody in every store in Lillehammer knew her. And what she'd do was she'd buy 4 blankets or 2, and then she'd go home and she'd change her outfit and a new hat. And then she'd go back to the store to buy more, pretending she was someone else.
Because it's kind of like sometimes it can be embarrassing, like if you come and you buy loads of stuff.
Yeah.
So, but I never do that because I don't find loads of stuff.
No, but obviously you do relate.
Of course.
To what I'm talking about.
And that is strange. Like the older you get, you feel more and more like you're getting more and more like your parents.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel I feel like my mother sometimes because I do things like she did.
Yeah.
So and that is cool. You would be like, if you were like your mother, you know what you would have done right now?
Doing Sudoku?
That's the other thing. But look around, you were like, we're in the greenhouse and we covered up the greenhouse in bubble wrap. And your mother loved to push.
Oh yeah. No. My mother, we couldn't let my mother in near the bubble wrap because
she would have pressed every bubble.
Yeah, that's what she loves. She loves popping the bubble wrap.
So that's what you will do.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
In a few years, but you're so young.
Anyway, Arne, famous knitting designer. Arne's mom, notorious shopper. Yeah. But anyway, okay, now we're digressing again. So previously in our lives, we were walking the dogs.
No, you were walking
I was
the
walking
dog
the
because
dogs.
I was shopping.
Because Arne was shopping.
Shopping spree.
And we live in the middle of nowhere on top of a mountain, and we can take many different walks around here.
Yeah, and now you can. Did I say that you can let the dog loose now because in the summer it's not allowed to have them loose. You have to wear a leash.
Leash, yeah, but now it's allowed to have the dogs loose.
Yeah.
So we're walking in the woods, and you can take different paths, and I chose to take one going around the lake and then coming back on the railway track. Now don't worry, we live in an old disused railway station. There hasn't been a train here since 1988, so it's not dangerous. and both dogs were loose.
Actually, it's more dangerous for the trains.
Yeah, if they
came now, they would be like,
yeah, because the tracks are not in good order.
It's not good.
Anyway, we're digressing again. So we're doing the walk, and Freya and Helmer are both off leash. And Freya is trustable because we've trained her quite a lot. She's also an older lady of 8 years old. So she's easy to control when she's off leash. Helmer is only 1.5 years. But I'm walking there and there's never anybody here on a weekday. So I'm like, oh, how bad can it be? So I let them go and we're walking, and Helmer is running back and forth. And I choose to take the path that goes around the lake. Now what I forget is, number one, it's actually Friday. So it's actually the weekend. No, it's Saturday. The other day that we were.
It was Saturday.
It was a Saturday. Yeah, exactly. It was a Saturday. Yeah, this is what happens when you're on sick leave. I've been on sick leave for so long. I don't know what day of the week.
We don't know that much. So yeah. we really don't know.
Anyway, back to the story.
Okay.
So we're walking, and when we get to the place where you have to kind of get out of the woods and into the railway tracks, there's a hunting cabin there. And I had totally forgotten it was Saturday. And when we're getting close to it, I see there's like 10 cars there. And I'm like, oh no. And then Helmer starts running like crazy. Freya starts running too. I call Freya, she stops and comes back. This one, he won't listen. So he keeps running and running and he just disappears. So I finally reach the cabin and there's no one there, but I see there's a big Siberian Husky on a leash. And
or maybe it's like one of those dogs that
maybe it's not a, yeah, it's a Norwegian a moose dog or whatever they're called in English.
Looks like, maybe if you don't know anything about dogs, it probably looks like.
Anyway, Helmer is a very social dog, so he's standing looking at that dog and he's wagging his tail, and that big dog is not liking it, so he just does this, woof. And this guy, he just terrifies and just runs back to me like crazy.
People think this one is so tough because he's so big.
He's like such a wimp.
Some people get a little bit scared when they meet him because he doesn't look like a poodle because he's not cut that way. He looks like a terrier.
Right now he looks like a terrier, yeah.
Schnauzer. If he had a little bit more hair on the face, he would be like a schnauzer. So it's really hard to tell what kind of breed it is.
Yeah, but he's such a wimp. And
because everybody thinks that a poodle is poodles are so cute and kind. And
yeah, no, he's cute and kind and everything.
He's cute and kind, but he doesn't look that way.
And he's a wimp.
Right.
My
but
goodness, he's such a wimp. Anyway, I was laughing because it was hilarious. Just that big dog just said woof, and he came running to me with this terrified look on his face, and then he hid behind me, and then he walked behind me for the rest of the walk. So yeah, everybody knows that we're in exile here in Norway in our garden. We're waiting for this pandemic to be over. This time of the year, usually we travel a lot. We go to America a lot to meet our fans and to do different kinds of activities, lectures and stuff. We go to Japan. This year everything got cancelled. Our tour to Australia got cancelled. Our tour in Japan got cancelled. Our UK tour got cancelled. Our US tour got cancelled. And on top of it all, we both got COVID in March.
And we had a garden trip to England. That got cancelled.
Yeah, that one really hurt, didn't it?
That hurts because I love England.
So we got COVID. We both got sick. I got very sick. And I'm currently on sick leave. I only work 40%. And then the other 60% of my time, I'm not allowed to work. So
and we don't let you. I don't let you work.
No.
Because you are so good at this garter thing, so you can sit there and do your hobby while I'm doing.
You started a little sweatshop here where I'm working illegally.
Yeah.
No, I'm not working at all.
Because, I think if you work more, then you will be punished.
No, I'm not working. This is not work. So I'm not allowed. No, I'm not allowed to work. I can only work 40% of the time. So I can do the podcasts. I can do little things that need to be done. And currently, because I'm not working, I was trying to organize my closet. I color coordinated all my underwear, which was really easy because they're all white.
Well, not people know more than they should.
Yeah, I guess so. I was thinking of alphabetizing and color coordinating all our books. Yeah. But I didn't.
That's not true because I won't let you.
No, I said I was thinking of doing it.
You were thinking, yeah.
But I'm not going to do that. I'm watching a lot of TV, so I'm catching up on a lot of shows, which is fun.
I've been watching a lot of YouTube lately.
Yeah, you're a YouTuber.
I'm like a YouTuber.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You are a YouTuber and you watch YouTube.
I watched this series with artists, documentaries about art and artists and art collectors. I think that's so.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So anyway, we've been doing a lot of that, but you're actually working full time, so I'm the only one.
Yeah, but I can have I have that screen up in the corner because my computer is big. And then when I work on drawings on the computer, they're talking behind the illustrator. And if I knit, then I can have the whole screen. Yeah. If I knit from the chart, I have to have.
Yeah, that's right.
Chart and YouTube.
Another thing I was doing was helping Arne with the Rowan collection. Usually we co-design it. This season Arne has taken a bigger responsibility with the collection and I have been kind of
but you were,
on the side.
We were agreed on the team and stuff.
Yeah.
And you are, what you call that? You delete stuff.
Edit.
Edit.
I edited a lot of stuff. So basically, usually we do 50-50. This season I've done 40 maybe and Arne's done 60. Or maybe I've done 30 and Arne's done 70. Doesn't really matter, it's going to carry both our names anyway. And we just sent that to Rowan on just a few days ago. Yeah. And it's such a relief. It is such a relief.
What happens when you deliver a collection? Every time you finish something, it's like piffen går ut. What's that in English?
Yeah, it's like when the balloon, you let the air out of the balloon.
The piff goes out. Yeah. Piff.
Piff. Is that the word of the week?
That's a nice word. Piff.
Yeah.
Say it.
Piff.
Piff.
Piff. Yeah, it's a nice word. Yeah, that's true. I mean, once you deliver a collection, you work on a deadline. Usually they want 12 designs, and then out of those 12 designs, usually like 8 sweaters, 4 accessories. And yeah, and it takes us a year to work in a collection like that. That's a year's work. So once we finish with it, because we've been living with it for so long, it kind of like the air goes out. Yeah. And this is not the end. I mean, for us, it's a relief because it's gone. But now Lisa from Rowan, another one of the great designers that I forgot to mention. She's part of the Rowan designer team. Yeah, Lisa Richardson. But she's also she's head designer, and she's also technical. She leads the technical team. So now all our designs are with Lisa, and now they're gonna.
And she's good.
Yeah, they're gonna become real. So we've sent flat sketches, measurements, color codes, and all of that, all the specifications. And now Lisa is going to look into them, and she's going to recreate them in 3D.
You know, I think a lot of people don't understand this, but like when we do the knitwear, we do like patterns for smaller things, small projects like hats and mittens and stuff and like this. But like sweaters, we don't do the grading and stuff because that's
that's a professional's job.
Like I have an education from fashion school, like fashion drawing and pattern construction, but my specialization was menswear for woven fabrics. So I hardly never done
so jackets,
any
tops,
grading,
suits, stuff like that, shirts.
Like, I can do a suit, but I can't. I'm not so sure of doing like grading and do different sizes in knitwear because that's another specialization. Specialist. What do you say?
Specialization.
Specialization.
Yeah. And the difference between a woven fabric and a knitted fabric is that a woven fabric is not as elastic as a knitted fabric. Well, at least not if your specialization is suits and shirts and things like that, unless you're working with stretch fabrics. But knitting is elastic, so the way to grade knitting is very different from the way to grade clothing.
Yeah, because when I was a teacher, there was like different specializations. Yeah. So like for me, I had menswear, but then you could have menswear, knitwear for men, or you could have women's wear or knitwear for women, or you could have bigger sizes like bigger ladies, or you could have kids, or
and kids design. It's not like you. Oh, here, look, this is the sweater. And now I shrink it and it's a kid's sweater. No, because kids have really big heads in proportion to their bodies. No, but they do.
Yeah.
It's not like a kid is 8 times smaller than an adult and you just shrink the garment 8 times and that's that. No, because the head's bigger, they need a bigger opening here.
So what should we do without Lisa Richards?
Exactly, that's the point. We can't...
That's what we try to say. Lisa she knows both. She can design and she also knows how to do the pattern. So
and we've been doing these Rowan presentations now with the other Rowan designers, and the one thing I've heard a lot was thank goodness for Lisa Richardson. So it's not only Arne and me who...
Everybody loves Lisa. So.
Yeah, because without Lisa there would be no designs. So she really makes everything come to life. Yeah. And then of course pattern writing is a craft of its own, which we don't do. Not for Rowan anyway.
And also for Rowan, like they're English, so they do things different than like from Norway, because like the Norwegian way is very simple and easy. So that I think I could have done, but the English way is more different because there's more like sleeves with arm tops, like this one, and there's like different curved back and yeah.
So anyway, next step in the Rowan collection, we just pressed send, gone, and now Lisa might come up with some questions. There's always questions because, of course, when we work as designers, we're not doing simple stuff anymore. It's all very complex, writing and drawing and swatching and everything. But and there's always questions because it's going to be interpreted by someone else. So there's going to be questions, and then at some point we'll see the garments and maybe do some fittings and some adjustments if we have to. And we're also tweaking colors right now, so it's very exciting.
Yeah,
very, very exciting.
I think it's fun.
So anyway, we did that. And
what more did we do?
Well, I don't know what you do on the side. I'm sure you've got a lot of other work.
I have done some genealogy this week.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Because I've been looking after my family in Brooklyn, because my mother's father.
Oh yeah, the Brooklyn family.
My mother's father, he had a brother who was married to my mother's sister. So my mother has double cousins, we call them.
I actually didn't know this.
In Brooklyn.
Oh yeah, they were double cousins.
But my mother and their kids, they were double cousins.
Yeah.
And I found one son of Alberta. Her name was Alberta, and she was my mother's double cousin.
Mm.
And I haven't found much, but now I found this website, and I started to look because there's a track, and then I found a lot of mistakes.
Wow.
Because my grandfather's brother was suddenly married to a woman I've never heard the name of, and she was now the mother of the kids. So I think I have to write to these people and tell them, you have to check this because it's wrong.
Yeah.
Because my grandmother didn't have a sister called Kirsten or Kristin or something.
Yeah, you have to write to them.
Her sister, who was married and lived in Brooklyn, her name was Anne.
Hmm. I'm sure everybody's very interested, Arne.
Sorry.
I'm just kidding. So you've done that, yeah. And I know that you've done a few projects, a few patterns for our, we do Rowan, with Rowan, and then sometimes we publish our own patterns. Like a couple of weeks ago, we published a Christmas stocking, and we've got a new pattern that we'll talk about in the end of this podcast that we've also published. You've been doing that. And I've been watching YouTube, I've been relaxing, I've been doing everything that I'm supposed to do because I'm still on sick leave. I still have some of the long-term effects of COVID, unfortunately. So I'm going to be a little bit out of order for a few more months, it looks like. Anyway, Arne, we have to explain. We were talking about my mom and her addiction in popping bubble wrap.
Popping bubble wrap.
Now, our viewers must be wondering, why is our greenhouse wrapped in bubble wrap?
Yeah, because we have taken some
We're cocooning
measures
right now. Cocooning.
Yeah, we're cocooning.
That's a nice word, cocooning.
Cocooning. Because we had this idea this year that we will cover like the inside of the greenhouse in bubble wrap, because then we can start the season earlier.
Yeah.
Because we started a little bit late last year, even if we were at home in quarantine, and we had all the time in the world, but we started too late. So next year we would start earlier, and that's why we cover up the inside.
Yeah, we wrap the inside of the greenhouse with bubble wrap. So we lower the ceiling as well. I think you could actually see that that there's some bubble wrap above us. Yeah. So the ceiling has been lowered, and then we'll have it also in front of the door. So it will be like a curtain, and it will be a small area, so that we will be able to work in this little area with a little bit more heat than what it will be, because it gets really cold here in the winter, and everything that is under snow is fine because the snow insulates, but in the greenhouse there's no snow. So this becomes the coldest place in this mountain, literally. And we're hoping that this insulation idea will work out. So yeah, my mom is not here, she's in Spain, luckily, because she would have popped all of this bubble wrap, and it would have probably let out all the heat.
You know what happened right now?
What happened?
I got the kramp I foten.
Oh, a cramp in your foot?
My toes are... Oh, and Helmer is trying to be in my lap at the same time.
Yeah, he wants some attention.
No, so, sorry. What were we talking about?
Yeah, we're talking about why we are cocooning in bubble wrap. And as you can see, we're also wearing lots of layers because it is actually pretty cold today.
It was -6, I think, this morning. Yeah. So it's getting colder, and they say...
-6 is around 35 Fahrenheit, I think.
And so they say on the radio that it will be like snow a lot of places now in south of Norway.
Yeah, but you know what? It's funny. I heard that... where did I hear? I heard Montana got snow. Mm-hmm. I heard Colorado got snow in the U.S. And we haven't seen snow yet, so we haven't gotten any snow.
But it's been warm. It's been like, I think we have had the warmest September and October.
Yeah, it's been unusually warm.
Many years right now. Please, Helmer.
Yeah, yeah, okay, they're doing their stuff now. Yeah. That's good. Yeah, it's been unusually warm here, so it'll be interesting to see if we get snow. And then, and besides all the relaxing that I'm doing now that I have 60% of my time in sick leave, we have been working on our folk costumes. And
You're 60, not 40.
no, I'm 60% on sick leave and I work 40%.
Okay, I thought it was the other way.
No, I'm 40% working, 60% sick leave.
I'm not watching you. I'm not
Yeah.
writing hours or anything.
No, I do that.
Hello.
Anyway, what we've been...
No, he's eating the gladiolus.
Yeah,
Gladiolus.
Anyway, we've been weaving the bands, the garter bands for the stockings, and I've actually...
You have been weaving.
Well, we've both been doing it, but I found that to be extremely therapeutical, and I have my own little production now. You know what I was thinking the other day? Maybe I should just quit my job
we can
here
wait.
at ARNE
When you
CARLOS.
get retired, then you can start working for the arts and crafts shop.
Well, then I start doing the math, and I realized that to get the income I need to live here in Norway comfortably, I don't even want to think about how many garters I would have to weave.
You have to weave
a lot, because cost of life here in this country is insanely high. Everything's outrageously expensive.
Like the garters you make are so beautiful.
Yeah.
I just ordered my pair because I've been...
Wait, before you do.
I have to show how bad.
Yeah, but just wait a second, humor me. Yeah, we've been weaving these garter bands and it's been a lot of fun. We showed them last week, we're going to show them again, we're going to show the progress. But the fun thing is that everybody has been that's the great thing about comments. People can comment and write, everything they want to write to us. And we've received so much helpful comments from people who have been suggesting, this and that and that and this, tablet weaving, get a loom of this kind, do this, do that. And it's really fun to read. And we thank you all for all that engagement. It's fantastic. But that being said, we're weaving garter bands for a traditional Norwegian fall costume. And we want to do it the way it has been done for hundreds of years. So we are actually looking into the way to do it in Norway, and this technique is actually for the garter bands. We say it's weaving. For me, it's weaving because it's warped and weft.
Yeah.
Warp and weft. So for me, it's weaving because you are alternating the threads like this, but you're not using a loom. You're using your hand your fingers, and then it's kind of like you are putting the threads kind of like this. So it's also braiding. So for me, what we're doing is a combination between weaving and braiding. In Norwegian, it's called
flamming.
Yes, or
that's the old word, flamming. But you can also call it fingerväving.
Yeah.
Finger weaving.
Yeah, eller fingerflätting, finger braiding.
Because in the instructions from the arts and crafts shop in Lillehammer, it says flamming. That's the old word, and then some people call the garters for finger garters, and they say you flette. You
braid.
Braid/weave.
Yeah, so it's a braid/weave.
So you can call it whatever. It's braiding. We can call it weaving, and you have to use just your fingers because
you cannot use a loom for this.
No, they have to look traditional.
And this has been done for hundreds and hundreds of years, so it is the way it is. No looms, no tablets, no nothing. So Arne did a pair. You're not very happy with them. I do like them though.
Yeah, but I think I told last time that I called the arts and crafts shop, so they say it's okay to make them look like this because mine look like they're woven. You see, you can see the yarn goes over and under, but this they said it is okay, but most people don't do this, and it's also kind of hard because you have to be very, very nøye. Careful because you can if they're not even, you can see it really good.
Yeah, and then
and I really don't. I'm not so happy with these anymore.
And then you did a second one. Do you want to show that?
I'm starting on the second one now.
I can.
I use this old iron.
Oh, jeez. This is a podcast / workout.
Yeah.
Oh.
I took this from your cooking book.
I know.
Because you use it as
I use it as a...
What do you call that?
Yeah, but...
And so it's attached on the iron, and then I weave in the other end.
And this looks right.
This looks right, but I'm not 100% yet because I've seen what you are doing, and yours are more beautiful.
Okay, so...
But they're not bad, but there are like some faults.
Yeah, so what I love about the whole full costume thing is that because we're making everything from scratch, we started by doing the stockings. They were knitted with cables, and Arne helped me finish because I was not, yeah, I'm not as quick as he is. Anyway, and then now the garter bands, you have to study and you have to learn something that is an old craft, so that when I wear the full costume and when you wear we wear them with pride. Yes, we made all of this. And yeah, I'm going to show you my samples. This is my first one, and this one I cut short because I didn't like the way it was coming out. I'm sorry. I know it's offensive to you.
No, maybe it looks like mine. That looks probably more like mine.
Yeah,
but mine is not so wide. Look, nice.
Yeah. So my first one, I felt it was very wide and very wonky, and this is what I showed in last week. I had pretty much only the beginning. Yeah, so the pattern is not very detailed. It says that you can cast on anything from, I think it said 16 to 24 strands. And of course, ambitious as I am, I decided 24 because I want a challenge. And then when I came about this long, I decided that 24 strands made it look too thick. And I think a garter should be a little bit thinner. So I just finished it off here. And then I started with a new one.
But this is not wrong.
No, it's not wrong. But
you can use them like
it's wide, and I think it's wonky. So this is my second one.
Oh, these are getting. This is perfect.
This is yeah. I'm happy.
But the last one you made.
Yeah. Well. I just want to say I'm happy with this because this one is the width is a little bit better, but still I think the tension is not quite right. And also the fact that I'm only using 3 colors when I wanted to have 4 colors. So this was just a sample, but actually I knitted the whole width, I wove the whole width, and I did 2 of them. So I've got these that if I want to wear, I can, but they're not what I wanted.
And when you put them on, you see this much.
Yeah, that too. So finally, and now I'm really happy. These are my garter bands, and they're done.
Those are so.
And I've done both of them, so I have a pair now. And as you can see now,
I love that blue color.
Yeah, and now they're even, and they look really, really nice. And the whole thing is done nicely and evenly, and it's the width that I like and the colors.
You're so good at this. And you're going to make me a pair. You started.
Well, I already started, so I cast on, you don't actually cast on, but I prepared Arne's, and I have started weaving it as well. And Arne's is going to look like this.
Because I have black and white and pink in my vest.
So because Arne helped me with my stockings, I am more than happy to help him with the garters. And I can do a very quick demonstration here. It's not a tutorial. But
because you're going to do a tutorial later, or you are going to do a tutorial?
I'll do a tutorial next year, but if you hold this, I want to tension it, so if you hold it, yeah, but you need to, thanks. Okay, so I'm going to give you a quick show.
So hold it this way so you can see what you're doing.
And actually what you do is you use your index finger and your thumb as the loom, and I wanna hold it here. And what you do is you pick every other. So I've got a pink over a pink, right? So the pink that is under, it goes over my index finger like that.
So it's like basketball.
Yeah, and then the red one will go under, and then the next one will go over, under, over, under, over. Sorry, over, under. If you can please stretch it. There you go. And then you just go that way.
And then that one went over to the other side.
Yeah, to the other side. And then I hold it with this hand. I use my index finger again as a loom. And now this one is under as well. So this one goes over. This one will go under, over, under. So it's really easy.
Yeah, if you know how to do it.
If you know how to do it. Sorry, this one goes under. This one goes over, under, over. Sorry, under, over, and then this one goes through, slide it through, and then just...
So the one on the outside is always going to the other side.
So it's super easy. What you need to do is you need to have the right combination of threads. So I feel that 18, so 9 on each side is a great number. And you need to stretch this and tension it properly when you do it.
And as far as we know, you can use any color as long as...
Yeah, the color is to show your taste, and ours is different. Usually the garter bands are actually woven from the middle and out, so that you have the tassel on both sides, because you tie them in a special way. But in Gudbrandsdalen, the area from where we're getting the full costume, they're actually like this. So when you tie the garter band, you go around your leg, and then you go kind of in. I haven't really. Anyway, it goes like that, and only this part is hanging. Only this part, and it's pretty much what we'll show. I haven't decided the length of my tassel yet. I want to try on my full costume first when it's done, the trouser, the stocking, and this, and then I'll trim it. Because after all, it's bespoke.
Yeah, and you know, like all the arts and crafts shops in Norway, they have this atelier. So it's like the lady who cut our fabric.
Mm-hmm.
She has like many years with education in this. So it's very important that we make it
the right way.
The right way, because that's part of the culture.
Here there's, usually we say when we do our tutorials, we say there's no right way, there's no wrong way. But when you do a full costume, there is. And there's a lot of demands and things you have to do that you're allowed to do. And then there's some freedom as well. So like if I wanted 3 colors or if I want 5 colors, that's fine. I can choose whatever kind of color I like. But I have to do it this way, or we have to do it this way. And they're a little bit annoying right now.
I don't know, she found something under the table here.
Yeah. Anyway, and then, but you know, like other things. For example, in some full costumes, there will be some things where you're required to sew by hand, right? And then other things you're allowed to use sewing machines. So for our full costume, when we do the vest and the trousers, we're allowed to sew them with the sewing machine, but all the buttonholes have to be done by hand. And I don't know how I'm going to be able to do that. I have never done a buttonhole by hand.
I've done it years ago, but I think we just have to find some fabric and practice a little bit before. And we can always go to Lillehammer and look at the full costumes. And they also say we can come to the atelier, and if we need help, we can get some help there. So.
But this is what I love about this is what I love about the full costumes. It's the fact that 80% of the women in Norway and 20% of the men have full costumes here. And it means that every little town that has an arts and crafts store will have a full costume department with a sewing team, and they are doing this bespoke on behalf of people. It's outrageously expensive. A full costume can easily cost you $8,000, $10,000, $12,000 if you have the telemark or the Setesdal costume. Luckily, we don't have those. And because they're so expensive, a lot of people actually opt to take classes to learn these techniques and to make them themselves at home. We bought a kit. So what we purchased was actually a fitting.
So we save a lot of money.
Yeah, we save a lot of money because Arne and I were fitted at the atelier. We were fitted and measured, and then they actually cut all the parts for us already. So everything's pre-cut, and we have just received like a pack, and now we have to follow the directions to make the trouser, the vest, the shirt, and the jacket, and then the garter and the stockings are done easily by us. By hand. So
the garter, I think we have to show our new friend because it's getting cold here.
Yeah.
And I'm afraid she will freeze.
Yeah, but I just want to finish up by saying one more thing. A lot of people from Canada, from Quebec.
Oh that's interesting.
Yeah, a lot of people from Quebec were mentioning ceinture fléchée, and this is a belt that is worn probably with a folk costume, and it is also done in a similar way. But the difference is that the ceinture fléchée it's wider and it has a more intricate design. So you're going kind of, I guess,
could be
like
cool
that.
To try it, because I looked at the picture and it seems like the yarn is going towards the center like that, and then it changed direction.
Yeah.
And then there's another one going like this. So the pattern I saw looked like arrows.
Yeah, so it's lovely.
It's really nice, yeah.
Yeah.
But
so
we can't do that for our fall costume.
No. But the ceinture fléchée looked quite similar to what we're doing in technique, but the look is completely different. But I actually saw a couple of videos just for fun, and I recognize a lot of what I'm doing with this. I recognize it from what they're doing. So it's also kind of finger weaving or braiding / weaving or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, so for those of you who have been following our Sit and Knit for a Bit podcast, you'll know that in addition to Freya, Helmer, Arne and me. We've got Rob. Rob is what Arne calls a handy hunk.
Yeah, he's like...
That helps us in our garden, but as a matter of fact, he's flat as a pancake, and he has 4 wheels, and he's a robot. And there's actually one more member of our family whose name is Turid.
Yeah, we have more, but Turid is very special for us, because when she came to us, she was like so fluffy.
Yeah, she's huge.
She was so beautiful, and we never seen anything like Turid before. And then, like, we had her for 4 years, and she was slowly dying because we were traveling so much. And this summer we had her in a greenhouse. And while we were watering the tomatoes, she also got a little bit of water, and now she starts to grow again. And we have to put her indoors because I don't want her to freeze now.
And it turns out too, it has a drinking problem, a big drinking problem.
Because look at her. So, like, maybe we should show her again in a few months. Look, she's so beautiful.
She is, yes.
I had this app on my phone so I can take pictures of plants, and the plant app told me that this is a begonia, something Edinburgh or something.
Wow.
I really don't know, but it's so amazing because we had like only 1 leaf for 4 years.
Yeah.
She just died on us, and now...
Well, not all. She almost died. She was about this big. We could both hide behind her.
Look at her. She's coming. She's so beautiful. So now we have to treat her really nice. She gets water like on the plate under every day because she drinks a lot. Yeah,
and now that we're clearing the greenhouse, Turid is the last one to move out of here. And hopefully she will enjoy some time at home indoors, but we have to give her a lot to drink because she is greedy.
She's greedy.
And you know, when we were traveling so much, we had people that come and help us with watering the plants, but actually we have 4 plants. Well, now we have more.
Not even more plants.
Because we're here all the time.
But you can't come to our house every day, and that's the problem with Turid, because she wants to have something to drink every day. Yeah,
so now hopefully the leaves will start growing back again, and it's fun to see her going from that one tiny little leaf. Every time we came home from a trip, I looked at her and I was thinking, we're gonna lose you.
Yeah.
We're gonna lose you, but here she is. She's very resilient.
She's coming back stronger.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Turid is gonna come back in with us today. Dogs have been a bit of a disaster today.
I don't know what's going on because we've been moving all the pots out of the greenhouse, and there's like soil that's coming down on the floor, and I guess maybe there's like manure or something because they're so eager to lick the floor right now. So we should take them out maybe. Yeah,
and Freya is always noisy. Probably there's a moose around here. Who knows? And
but like before we have to say, just show what you got, because I was wearing this last time and people want to have a pattern, and we made a pattern. Yeah,
so there's a little show and tell now. We're going to talk a little bit knitting now that we've talked about the woven bands and everything. Last week Arne was wearing a beautiful dicky under his jacket. And a lot of people asked us for the pattern, and we hear you. And so we have posted the pattern on our website at arnecarlos.com. You can go there now and you can download the dicky. And now you're wondering, where is that dicky? And it's here.
What?
Ta-da! It's a fantastic piece. And I went from a turtleneck sweater to a...
like in no time.
Like in no time. And the dicky looks like this. And I can put it on again outside of my sweater, although it is going to clash a little bit.
And we
what do you think? Does it clash?
No.
Yeah, anyway, so this is the dicky. We have made a pattern for it, and show the other one, because we've done 2.
I think we will make more, because it's so fun to make. This is felted tweed, so then we knit in 2 colors first, and then we do duplicate stitch on top. So on this one, the gray and the green is duplicate stitch, and you have pink and
like purple or burgundy. So they're available. They're knitted in a DK yarn. You can dick them. Oh, sorry.
You can dick them.
Oh my God. Oh. No, you can. No. You can knit them in a DK yarn.
Put your mind out of the gutter. Is that what you said?
No, your mind's in the gutter. I just I was saying knitting and dicky, and it came out wrong.
This is a løshals in Norwegian.
Yeah, løshals.
Løshals, a loose neck.
Yeah, so you can knit this in felted tweed. If you want to do it in another kind of yarn, just use a DK yarn. It's a one size fits all. They're perfect to change the look of your sweater. So if you're wearing, I think it would work better if you were wearing a solid color sweater, like a...
This is a little bit too much.
And then you want to...
This pattern under this.
Yeah, so then you can add like a pop of color over a plain sweater, or you could do what I was doing and wearing it under my sweater or under a jacket. Yeah. If you have a shirt and maybe you put the dicky on and a jacket, like Arne was wearing it last week. Loads of different ways to do it. It's quick. It's a quick knit, isn't it?
And we knit from bottom up because we want to have smiling stitches. That's very important. But if you want to do it the other way, please go ahead. Just knit from the rib and turn the pattern upside down.
Yeah, turn the pattern upside down.
But I have to say, like, if you don't know, like your neck size, kind of, it's easier when you come from the bottom up, because when you're up, finish the pattern, you can actually put them on the bigger circular and try it on, because you don't have to unravel the whole neck if it's too tight.
Yeah, but if you want to do it top down, because a lot of people do like it. We personally, top down is not our favorite, but people do like it. So if you want to do it top down, you can turn the pattern upside down and you can increase instead of decreasing. Otherwise, you do it bottom up and you cast on the number of stitches and you decrease until you get to the top.
On this one you decrease.
Yeah.
If you come the other way you increase, but then you have sad stitches.
Yeah,
hanging.
And that's one of the reasons why we're not a big fan of top down, is because the stitches are upside down. We like them to look like little hearts instead of sad stitches.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, to each their own. I mean, people love things differently, and really we're not here to judge.
Yeah.
No, Arne, put her down. She's gonna start. Oh, what a life. Okay. So we've been talking long enough. Yeah. I hope anything or everything made sense to you guys. Again, the pattern is available at arnecarlos.com.
And I think, like, if you want to make one of these, if you post them on Instagram or anywhere, like, put the hashtags and knit for a bit, because then we can find them. Because sometimes when I see things that people make from our patterns and I think it's beautiful, I take a screenshot. Yeah. Because I collect them in my computer and I'm going to make a book.
And then they end up in the photo album. So if you want your stuff to end up in our photo album, knit something of ours and hashtag sit and knit for a bit, and we will look there and we will find it and we will probably put it in our album if we like it. Yeah. Which we usually do. So that's the hashtag for you guys to post, so that or for you guys to use if you want us to see on Instagram. Yeah. Okay, Arne, we've got a little patch before we finish up.
Because it's getting cold.
It is,
my nose is running again.
You know, the moment I took off the dicky, I started getting cold.
And I'm so afraid Turi will freeze. So, but we have a new block for you, and we have a cat. The block of the week is the cat. Oh. He's been eating something bad.
Yeah.
Okay, so the cat came from the knitted doll book, because we had this book with knitted dolls, and this one she has a sweater with a cat.
What's her name?
I don't remember. She's new. She wasn't in the book, and she's one of my favorite. I love her hair.
Maybe it was like, yeah, I mean, Turid had hair like this once upon a time.
Maybe she's Turid.
Yeah.
We have two Turids in the house.
The Turid plant and the Turid doll.
So the cat on Turid's sweater is this cat, but stretched a little bit. So that's the block. And
we did the doll book in 2011.
Yeah.
So it's been a while. If you want to get the pattern for the knitted doll, it is available as a download on our website and our web shop at arnecarlos.com. Or you can get the book. If the book is out of print, it may be out of print in some languages. She's also in the Arne Carlos favorite design, or greatest knits, as it's also called. So you can get it there if you can't find the knitted doll book. The only thing we're selling online is the pattern of the doll, and there's no clothing pattern available there. And for the block of today, if you want to get this, just go to arnecarlos.com, visit the blog, and this is free. So all you need to do is find Sit and Knit for a Bit, episode 7, which is today's episode. You find that episode and go in there, and when you see the photo of the cat of this block, click on that and the pattern will pop up automatically. And then you can download it into your computer or you can print it. It's a printable PDF file. And then if you continue scrolling down, you've got the entire pattern written below. And then in the end, you have also all the other blocks. I'm not sure which number this block is right now, because one of the things that I'm suffering with from COVID is short-term memory loss. So I did look before I came here how many blocks we've done, but it's gone. It's gone from my mind.
Don't ask me, I never read
But I think it's something like 30.
Maybe.
So, but I'm not sure. But it's around 30. So there's plenty of blocks for you to take, and we'll continue doing these because people are actually enjoying this free knit along, and they've done wonderful things with the blocks. So we will continue doing this for you guys.
As long as we have, like when we have enough for a blanket, we will stop.
Yeah. So a lot of people have been asking us about Porridgegate. If you were following us during our quarantine knit along, which is when the block started, this was back in March and in April. It was before I got seriously ill, and then we had to stop, and then we restarted again, and then we stopped and we started again as this podcast. We haven't talked a lot about Porridgegate, but it was something that happened during this weird time when we were under lockdown, and it's related to porridge. We're not going to give anything away now
because it's coming on Sunday.
Yes, there's going to be a resolution, maybe, or we may resolve the issue of Porridgegate on Sunday in an episode. In any case, we are doing a cooking episode on Sunday, so you will get 2 different recipes for the 2 porridges that are part of the Porridgegate situation. And we will see if you all become any wiser over what's happened with Porridgegate. Not really sure of that one. We'll see on Sunday. And yeah.
Look, I just made a finger puppet.
Oh, wow. and here's Helmer again.
Hello. I'm stupid.
No, just sweet.
I should stop. Okay, so
we're gonna leave you now. As usual, our half hour has become way more than that.
Almost an hour.
Yeah, remember, you don't necessarily have to sit and knit to enjoy this half hour plus with us. You don't have to do anything if you don't like to, or if you want to embroider or crochet,
or weave garter,
bands, or do duplicate stitching as on the cals or the dickies. It's up to you. We're still very, very happy that people join us week after week and listen to all the crazy nonsense that tends to come out of us.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for watching. If you like the episode, please give it a big thumbs up.
And put on your notifications, because then you get a message every time there's a new episode. And
remember to subscribe. Please subscribe to our channel. There's lots of the Arne family. Arne and Carlos family is really large, but we don't mind if it becomes larger. And we've got great patterns for you to purchase at arnecarlos.com. And there's also some merch, like these really fun cups. We're designing something special for Christmas now, so which we will show you sometime in November. We're very excited about that as well.
Yeah, and remember the hashtag.
Hashtag sit and knit for a bit. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you again on Sunday and then again on Wednesday. Bye!
Bye.